Hey TikTok. So, I have a question for you guys. So, I live in a van. So I travel during the winter. I'm from Minnesota. Last 2 years, I've traveled cross country, gone south for the winter, and I'm back in Minnesota now. And I just want to know, and I'm not looking, but people are like, oh, how come you aren't dating? How come you don't have a boyfriend? And my cup is full at the minute. But I want to know and answer honestly. Would you, let's say you met somebody on a dating app and you met them and got along, everything was great, you were interested. Would you date somebody that lives in a van? Would you? Be honest. What would you think? Would you think they were poor? Would you think they were crazy? I don't know. What would you think? And would you do it? Would you date somebody who lives in a van? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, this inquiring mind wants to know. So, let me know. Would you date somebody who lives in a van? Okay, thanks.
All right, so how about it, guys? Would you date her living in a van? How would you feel about that? And I mean, I'm not going to dunk on her or anything like that for living in a van because, I mean, I've been homeless too. Just like 10 years ago, I did a whole video about this on my Alpha Male Secrets channel, talk about my journey from homeless to becoming successful. But I was in a different situation. My business was already getting traction, and I kind of jumped the gun and moved out to LA early to just kind of kickstart my business and start competing with the best PUAs in the world, and they were all in LA, and I wanted to be out there, and I didn't want to wait anymore, so that's what I did. And I lived in my Jeep Cherokee that I had at the time, 92 Jeep Cherokee, a really great car, for 6 months in the LA heat. Pretty crazy story. You should watch it on my Alpha Male Secrets channel. So I empathize with her. And again, it just depends on the person's situation. I mean, right now, the economy is terrible, right? You've got a lot of people living in their cars, especially in big cities, right? Like San Francisco, where I'm from originally, and Los Angeles, where I was living. And it's crazy. I've never seen things so crazy before, obviously because of inflation. A lot of people that, I just stopped watching these videos about inflation because you have a lot of people out there who've been brainwashed to believe that, oh, it's corporate greed, corporate greed. You got to love people who are like, corporate greed, but they never blame government greed, which is actually where inflation comes from. I'm a student of Milton Friedman. I love his work. So, and he says it himself. I believe Reagan even said it himself, that inflation only comes from one place: government spending, reckless government spending. That's where it comes from. Stop spending. We won't have so much inflation. So regardless, I sympathize with her situation here, right? Living in her van. And if you're homeless right now, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your story and your reasons why you are homeless, or if you're living in your car, or if you've done that previously, let me know. For me, I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, life is really what you make of it, right? Whether you're broke or rich, life is what you make of it. I mean, if you look at the photos that I shared on my homeless video on my Alpha Male Secrets channel, I was still smiling in those videos. I still looked the same. I still had the same energy, probably even more energy, right? Because I had this desperate need to succeed. However, not for a second did I doubt myself. Not for a second was I ever gloomy or like, oh my gosh, it's over. I was already 40 when I was living in my car. So, it's pretty daunting being a 40-year-old person and thinking like, shoot, man, what am I doing here? But again, whether you want to bet on yourself or not, I think it really exemplifies, the type of person you are. But anyway, I was happy regardless, even when I was broke. So would you date somebody living in a van? I mean, it's what's interesting is before, remember guys, back in the day, it was mostly homeless, like men. The people who were homeless were almost overwhelmingly men. You almost never ever saw a homeless woman. Now you're starting to see more of that, right? There goes your quality for you, ladies. You're starting to see more women go homeless. Why? Because we've created this culture where women are basically preaching how they don't need men. Don't need a man, don't need a man. and you have less and less women out there, getting married and dating, and getting it. Well, they're dating, but they're sleeping around. That's not dating. But they're no longer getting in these relationships with men where they're protected, right? And they're never going to end out on the street. Instead, they're going out there on their own. Oh, going to chase my career and all this. And then when things don't work out, you go homeless just like a dude would, right? You will be homeless just like a dude. So, yeah, she's living in her van. Looks like it's a pretty comfortable van, right? Looks like she's got her little bed back there and everything. So it doesn't look too bad. But, yeah, hopefully she fixes her situation. I don't know. But, I mean, van life is pretty fun. It's not as desperate as you might think it is. It's really nice to just park, sleep, and then open your car door, and there's the park, or there's the grocery store. You don't have to really, fart around with getting out of your house and getting into your house and all that. But, to each his own. You guys let me know what you think. Next video.
Dating in this generation pisses me off and confuses me, period. But there's one thing that confuses me the most. I hate dating apps. I'm an in-person gal. So a lot of the dates that I go on are usually with guys that I've met in real life. I also get bored quickly, so usually a few days after I meet them, I'm going on a date. I will not sit there and talk to you for 2-3 weeks straight. I will get bored. Because I'm a natural extrovert, I feed off energy. When I tell people this, they find it so strange that I meet up with a stranger only a few days after I've met them. Yet these same people will meet someone on Tinder and then go hook up with them 3 days later. So it's weird if I go on a date to get to know someone in person 3 days after meeting them, but it's not weird if you have sex with a person 3 days after meeting them online. No judgment if that's your thing. But don't come for me and be like, oh, that's weird. You just met them. They're a stranger. You're getting naked with this person that you met online. I don't know. Call me weird, call me old school, but that's just how it is for me. Modern day dating is a scam.
Yeah, that's funny because we're living in an environment where, and I'm old school. I've been around a long time. So to me, this is still weird. All these dating apps that have been around, a good decade now, it's still weird to me, right? It's still weird to me. I don't think I'll ever get over just seeing a woman in person and then walking up to her, striking up conversation, getting her out with me. I just feel that's more rewarding. I feel like I'm earning my trophy, right? Especially when she becomes my girlfriend. I feel like I'm earning it, right? I'm not meeting her on any app, and a lot of guys have always been like, hey, how are you getting these girls? And, all these girls you've been dating are beautiful lately, and you're this old man. And I'm like, I meet them in person. That way I'm not competing with 10,000 other vultures online, right? I'm meeting them in person. Last girl I dated, right? The hot chick, she's on my Instagram. Allie, I met her at Chick-fil-A. She was working at Chick-fil-A, right? And I just happened to go there, I was getting my dog some Chick-fil-A, and there she was working the drive-thru. So many hot women work at Chick-fil-A. What's up with that? And I saw her, and I was like, wow, and struck up conversation, and she was a little hesitant the first time, but I went through a second time. I think it was like a few days later, struck up an even better conversation. And then the second time, I think she would have given me her number, and my head was just somewhere else. I think I was like creating content, and I had a boot camp that night. And I didn't think of it, I didn't catch it, but there was this hesitation where she waited, like, is this guy gonna get my number? And I didn't, which kind of worked out in my favor, because the third time I went there, it was like 2 weeks later. I didn't bother to come back for a while. And she was like, oh my gosh, I thought you like forgot about me or moved away. Right when she said that, I thought you forgot about me. I was like, nah, I didn't forget. I knew. And then at that point, I was like, hey, are you on social media? I was going to be like, give me your IG. And she was like, no, I don't do social media. And I was like, whoa, right? That was very, very unique for someone her age. It's like, no social media, 19 years old. I like that, right? And I was like, all right, well, let me grab your number then. I'm like ready to put in my phone. And she did something that only a handful of girls have done in the past that I loved. She grabbed out a pen and a small piece of paper and wrote her name and wrote her phone number. And I was like, all right, I'm in love. Anyway, but yeah, it's just weird how, now it's all about like these women will get on these dating apps, and if there's some Chad willing to have sex with them, they will head over to his house and pull their pants down and let him boink her, right? Whereas when you do that in real life, people think that's weird, right? To me, that's just not strange. I mean, to me, that's just par for the course. But again, to each his own. So as always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video and the woman living in her van, as well as what this woman had to say about her friends shaming her for meeting guys in real life, which is what we're supposed to do, right? If you guys don't know how to do that, if you're terrified of cold approaching girl, get into 7 months to mastery. I will show you how to do it. I will show you all of my secret techniques that I've honed and mastered over the last 3 decades. I'm one of the best in the world. Click the link below. One of the longest standing PUAs left in the world. I'm like one of the last Jedis here, still teaching guys. But in any case, drop your comments below.
All right, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here with the Lamborghini. Yes, it's my Lambo. Go to Matt Cross Official, my IG, see the entire process of me purchasing this vehicle. It took about 2 months to close, and the same guy who delivered my DeLorean also delivered my Lamborghini. TJ at Florida Exotic Transport. If you ever need to transport a muscle car, exotic car, he's your man. So very excited about this vehicle. It's actually a pretty rare find. It's Rossifesto Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a $14,880 option, believe it or not. I was on a hunt for one for over 2 years, just like I was my DeLorean. Finally found one. It's got super low miles, 11K, not bad. And we're gonna be featuring this car a lot more here on the channel for many years to come. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Whew. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. It hasn't dried yet, but I'm still putting this on there. It's my IG tag. But as always, gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button below. Do it for the Lamborghini and the DeLorean. I still have it, by the way. I'm not selling the DeLorean. I'll probably keep this car for a little bit, but DeLorean is gonna stay. So we'll get the DeLorean back on here pretty soon. But enjoy the Lamborghini. And again, smash the like button. Smash that subscribe button as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 months to mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there into the world and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making it happen every single week. And I want you to become one of us. I want you to join us. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in mastery. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work. If you love what I'm doing here, if you love what I'm teaching you here, and you feel like I've added value to your life, this is the best way to pay me back. Get into my monthly online coaching program, 7 months of mastery. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out with the Lambo. Till next time. Whew, so sweet.